Greetings. How is everybody this morning? Yeah, that kind of raises a concern. I guess it would be, we've talked about message of concern and they wouldn't stop, and it was a message of concern and they wouldn't stop. Yeah, the young mom that no longer something. There's a young mom that's no longer something. And I mean, it just raises a message of concern, because when I hear, yeah, I guess you wonder what's under there. It's another magic trick, right? Make a wish. I mean, it raises a message of concern of trying the same thing over and over again with angelic protection that is always going to yield the same result. And I mean, that's basically God's plan. So when I hear you say that evil going up an earth angel is never a good idea, that war angels and their destruction follow, I mean, that is a concern. What do you mean by that? What do you mean? I mean, do war angels come in with like an S on their chest and a cape? Is that what it is? And it does raise the concern. I mean, when you say that nobody is safe, does that include my subscribers, or just the ones that have ill intentions against the light? Is that what it is? Just the ones that come with bad intentions? Bad intentions. Anyway, I keep hearing a lot of that your light triggers their demons, and that God is chasing them with the storms. Now, if God is chasing them with the storms, and I mean, we have that category 5 catastrophic Aaron, and she picked up speed. Aaron picked up speed as she was hitting the coastline. A lot of talk about addictions. And I mean, if Aaron is picking up speed, and there's a lot of talk about addictions and angels chasing the enemy, or God chasing the enemy with storm angels, it's going to be pretty shocking, I'm sure, when the truth comes out. I mean, I'm a firm believer that energy is energy, and the cards pretty much never lie. I mean, it's like when they want to stop a new beginning, I mean, getting in the way of what God had fated as a new beginning, that leads to well, I would assume the wrath of God. And I mean, I see losing views, and I want that. I want to cut away as many problems as we possibly can going forward, because it will be an elephant in the room. It'll be people doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. But if you have like this conglomeration of people that are a huge problem, like a huge elephant in the room, I mean, the best way, I guess, God's wrath can take care of that is taking a bite out of that elephant of a problem people, one bite at a time. So it's just what it is. And they always wait. Now, hearing that this morning that they hide behind fake profiles, and because they hide, but it's like a mask. They use like a symbol or black screen or something, because they don't want to be seen. They want to have power over the people, but they don't want to be seen. They don't want to be identified. And it's most narcissistic shit you can do. Fake profiles and pretending to be something that you're not. And I mean, I do believe I said that. I mean, if the light triggers their demons, and it's like a Xerox machine. So you've got flyers. You've got these flyer-by-nighters. These flyer-by-nighters that just come across the light. And they come across the light with positive intentions, or they come across the light with negative intentions. And when Chicago says that to go against the light with bad intentions is to lose a day in the light, and then you have like a death cult following, like a death cult group putting forth that much energy. I mean, she just said it. She said, they're trying to cling on to a star from 5 years ago that's traveling through space at 1,000,000 miles an hour. They can't even reach the new energy, but yet want to hold on to it. They want to hold on to something that they can't even reach. How does it make sense? That doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. Because I do remember, what wasn't it this time last year, the energy in the cards was they get up every morning just to see why won't you unalive? Why won't you be unalive? You're still alive, and that's fine. But I mean, now that the shoe's on the other feet, every morning I wake up and I've lost views. Am I losing subscribers? And it's what it is. I really don't know any of these subscribers. But I mean, if you're saying that God is chasing the enemy, and that the light attracts the enemy and the ally, basically war and peace. So I mean, if war is being attracted, and God is chasing the enemy with karma and storms, it's just what it is. I mean, I would like to know more. I would like to expand my consciousness on that situation, because I mean, the way it would look to me is that, all these fly-by-nighters, like flyers, they come across the light, and then if they have bad intentions, they just basically get put on a pole. It's just they're fly-by-night. They're just dancing in the wind on a pole, and then floods come by and just carry them the fuck away. And I can't do anything about that. I'm still kind of baffled that you were able to pick up on the way she said, I'm picking up Jim Jones energy. And I thought, well, yeah, you ask for water and they give you clear Kool-Aid. You ask for the water and they give you the clear Kool-Aid, and then nobody wants to believe that shit. But I can't remember. I'm telling them, it was creepy. What made it creepy? The motherfuckers were playing the Grateful Dead. Oh, when's the last time you listened to the Grateful Dead? When's the last time that somebody put in a cassette tape and played the Grateful Dead in a van with you? And it's just what it is. So all you can hear, that was their mask. That was their narcissistic mask. They put in the Grateful Dead so they can sit there and conspire and not realize that that I pick up the slightest fucking weirdness. So anyway, it doesn't matter. It was neat, though, for you to have that in the cards yesterday at the same time as the Garcia wildfire. So, I mean, if you've got Garcia, and it's Ben and Jerry's ice cream. I did the research on it's Ben and Jerry's ice cream, and I understand that there's a lot of there's a lot of daddies having to work with Pisces toxic X, having the devil working all through them, and it's what it is. It's some kind of weird cult following. What do you have? Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what she has. It would be the devil working through Pisces toxic X, and not the Earth Angel energy. So that's good. That's good. And I mean, yes, when you say that these people are in the depths of their addiction as happiness haters, with the light triggering their demons, and that to go against the light with bad intentions is to lose a day in the light, with a catastrophic Erin picking up speed. Erin is picking up speed as she comes landfall. Looks like the math is mathing, doesn't it? That's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. And even more concerning, I meditated on this last night long and hard. I do believe I talked about Hurricane Bob and Betty Her. I sent the obituary in the comments. And the fact that you send me the Indian Express, and I wouldn't call my Uncle Bob an Indian, a Plains native, a 7-foot Plains native is what I would have called him. He was a 7-foot Plains native. He was a giant. he was every bit of holy shit when he walked into the room. And I try to carry that big energy, but it's more like an aura thing. And to hear that they're obsessed with the energy, because it would be Sun, Water, Leo, Fire, Gemini, Moonshine, and it's what it is. I mean, as a generational curse breaker, we're having to break these addictions. Me personally, I got to get off the coffee. I have amped up the water, and it's amazing how coffee and water does make you pee a lot. I mean, like the Lake of Fires. No, not really, but to see that these individuals have destiny swapped, and can we prove that they're not being drugged to hell? Because you ladies said that. You said that the jinn would be dragging these people to hell because they destiny swapped with a fire and a water sign. It's interesting, and I do understand that the higher we raise our frequency, the less people are going to be able to get on the right channel to understand anything that you're putting out. And that's fine. But, it's called Those Left Behind for a reason. I didn't think we would be leaving them behind in the lake of fire for their next incarnation, but who knows? They're in God's hands. They're in God's hands at this point. And yes, super shout out for that tip about getting in a body of water and cleansing. I have one of those. I will be getting in that body of water and cleansing today. Hoping some rain will come. Nothing quite like swimming. I'm swimming in the rain. It's just what it is. But with all of these people that were playing in the face of the light, what does that mean? They wanted to play in your face with bad intentions, and then you have Chicago saying that to go against the divine light with bad intentions is to lose a day in the light, and that basically God was testing these people's heart, and they failed. They have no heart, so they failed. It's just what it is. 1221, the number of Pisces, the mirror number, and it's what it is. I mean, I understand that most people can't fathom that temperance energy of the masculine and the feminine, and it's what there's classes for that. But my question still remains: as we see through this illusion of nonsense, because to hear you ladies continuously picking up a group, and I keep the group on the other side of the hedges. I keep the groups on the other side of the hedges because that's where Erin is picking up speed. Erin is picking up speed as she comes landfall. She is, and me, I guess I should sip some rose quartz. That's what it is. Yeah. The speaker. That's what it is. Anyway, we'll do that from 9 to 10. So, as we continue to cleanse, our energy, and because it's just what it is. I mean, if you ladies keep putting out that energy that the Earth Angel is not a normal person, I mean, when I cut the cord, what happens? Do they fall into the abyss? That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I am not responsible for Erin picking up speed or these people falling into the abyss. I'm just not responsible for that. However, yeah, a lot of masks will be slipping because that was the chain reaction. Was they're constantly getting readings now, and they're realizing that that's the energy is being reflected back on them. So the fear that they wanted the Earth Angel in is now the fear that they're immersed in. And it's very simple. The Sagittarius Temperance Angel energy is in Neptune that rules Pisces Sun. So that would be your solar angel energy that's in the cards. Now, when you hear solar angel in the divination world, you have to think back to the Aztec sun god, the demonic sun god at that. Because when you talk about the light and the dark are protecting the Pisces, which is basically positive and negative energy. But the negative sun god Aztec sun god Tezcatlipoca. When you put in INFJ gods and goddesses, Tezcatlipoca is the first thing that pops up. A giant monster cat shapeshifter thing. Anyway, a lot of that Lyrian energy in the cards too. So I guess that would relate to Leo. Who knows? I don't get too much into. I'm more worried about people knowing about themselves instead of being worried about me. It's just what it is. It's just what I mean. They're the 5-star review. I'm not giving myself reviews. They're the 5-star review. They're reviewing themselves and the work that they do. And all healing, self-healing. But when I'm hearing that spirit is shaking these people awake, shaking these people awake for their ritualistic behavior and the things that they have done in groups, gaggles, hives, and herds. It does make you wonder, because I mean, that was the energy in the cards around this time last year. And y'all keep talking about how summer before fall is very, very important. Summer before fall is very, very important. But when you say that, these people's sole purpose every day was to get up. Why won't you be unalived? Why won't you be unalived? And now all that time that they put into projecting that just for it to go back on them. And now I wake up every day missing views. It does make me wonder, are we losing the whole subscriber? Is that like a bite of the elephant, one bite at a time, the problem elephant? Is that like subscribers being cast into the abyss? One subscriber at a time, one bite of the problem elephant at a time? Interesting. We might want to look into that. That's what it is. All the gang stalking energy and what you guys bring to me. I mean, it's just what it is. Who knew that to go against the divine was to lose a day in the divine light? It's just what it is. I mean, because what you want for another is what you want for yourself. And depending on the intensity of, we want this. That's like waking up every morning and going into an execution chamber and looking through the viewing window. Oh, sooner or later the gas is going to work. That's that Jim Jones energy. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. That's that Jim Jones energy. But if it's going back on them and now karma is taking hold and God has said enough and he is, chasing the enemy with Aaron picking up speed, Hurricane Aaron picking up speed as they come onto the coastline of where fucking Hurricane Bob and Betty roamed. That's that whole area. That whole area in the Indian Express video you sent me in the comments, that entire area is where Hurricane Bob ran trucks. That was a trucking thing. That's where they delivered. It's just what it is. Just what it is. And now, I mean, being that Uncle Bob was also directly connected to Uncle Gary Snail, because I would be SpongeBob Scott Pants. Being SpongeBob Scott Pants with another Uncle Gary Snail, my Uncle Gary Snail was the Geek Squad for NASA. It's fitting, isn't it? Fitting to have an Earth Angel Starseed in the family with an uncle that was the Geek Squad for NASA. Uncle Gary Snail, he was responsible for the preservation of your fucking Declaration of Independence. So it's just what it is. In that area, in that Norfolk, Virginia area. So it's what it is. It's just what it is. Anyway, I mean, retired. Sitting around talking with my Uncle Gary Snail was, you're talking about people that were so fucking smart. You sat there and listened. You did. And he was part of a project on fucking invisible paint. NASA? Yeah, they make invisible paint for fucking planes and shit. It just reflects shit back to you. That's where I get a lot of my mirror ideas from. Anyway, when it came to computer programming and things of that nature, my Uncle Gary was the computer programmer for NASA. So, Uncle Gary Snail. It's just what it is. So, you've got a lot of this energy of Pisces ancestors that don't play. And, I mean, when I hear that energy of, of pastors and funeral homes and all that shit. My other cousin in the Carolinas was a pastor that now runs a funeral home. So it's neat to hear that energy in the cards. It does. It makes you wonder what the fuck's going on with Pisces ancestors that are basically straight hijacking tarot land. And it's what it is. I mean, I already told you that, when you go into a reader and they connect, cool. I mean, you're connecting with an earth angel. So obviously angelic Reiki is going to have a whole lot to do with that reading. So it's what it is. It's just what it is. Let's do an angel reading, shall we? Expect things to get a lot more paranormal, INFJ, very mysterious, because it just gets that way sometimes. I mean, you would go talk to these ladies, because that's what they keep saying. They keep saying that Evil, Dr. Evil went up against Scotty. Dr. Evil went up against Scotty. And now Pisces ancestors that don't play. I mean, when I hear that war angels and because it would be a life path 8 karma earth angel. That's what it is. And I do understand that what comes around goes around. So if you had people waking up every day wanting to silence the truth. Oh, we want to stop the truth. Well, it stopped them. It truthfully only stopped them. So, I mean, that would be the concern with all these natural disasters and weird shit going on, because you've said that. Pisces, God is protecting you from people that you don't even know, and you are being talked about in rooms that you've never been in. When I hear her say that, number one, I want to find the Pisces that fuck around and find out energy, because I don't want to fuck around and find out. I don't want to enter a new karmic cycle of fuck around and find out with a Pisces you don't play with, especially when they're not all created equally. I mean, if it's a Pisces that's hating on my spiritual protection because they don't fucking have any, or they were part of a group collaboration that tried to harvest that energy for cash and prizes, chances are, they have something that looks a lot like Aaron picking up speed, making landfall on their crowns. And I can't do anything about that. That's why they're in the background, pointing the finger. And I mean, let's go back to, what did I do with that? Oh, there it is. Let's go back to what she said about war angels and the destruction that follows with them. Because, I mean, when she was talking about trash bag trolls and body bags for everyone, they've got to stop pointing the finger. Just hand it. That way they can just, shield themselves. They can climb right in and shield themselves. And then we can move on to the new earth. Yay! Moving on to the new earth. Woohoo! Let's do an angel read, shall we? You got 2323 right now. Thank you for that. God is all that is. Angels, archangels, ascended masters, the divine white light. Has to be a clear and infinite channel for your wisdom at this time for myself as well as those I do readings for. Namaste. So that's the problem that these people are going to have is, we don't like Pisces spiritual gifts. Well, I don't like I did. I loved the NDE that brought them to me. And it's what it is. And the only reason I really say that is because anytime you hear something, oh, we don't like his spiritual gifts. Well, he did kind of have a near-death experience to obtain them. And that line is right over there. I wouldn't stop anyone. Best thing that ever happened to me, especially, when things like Aaron picking up speed just no longer serve the highest good, especially not for that area. I mean, Aaron, catastrophic category 5, Aaron picking up speed. Thank you, Spirit. In that area. It's just what it is. There will be a lot of addicts displaced. That's what it is. There will be a lot of business owners displaced. There will be a lot of people displaced with a catastrophic category 5 Aaron picking up speed along the coastline. Thank you for that, Spirit. It's just what it is. I mean, I hear a lot about that. I've been sober for quite some time. It's just what it is. My personal life is really, truly no one else's business. But I'm always happy to share. Always happy to share. Currently, I'm wanting to share knowledge on where that missing is the missing Earth Angel. Does the missing Earth Angel have? Well, I don't guess, is it really missing? The Earth Angel they tried to sacrifice. Thank you, Spirit. Is the Earth Angel they tried to sacrifice? Does it have anything to do with the area that catastrophic Aaron is picking up speed and heading towards? Does the Earth Angel have anything to do with that? Picking up speed. Thank you, Spirit. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. It's gonna rain. If you've never heard that joke, when you hear me say that, it's gonna rain. I've got to call you back in just a minute. Thank you, though. I got your message. Decline. I will call you right back. You ever heard that joke? It's gonna rain. That's what it is. If you've never heard that joke, I'm not going to tell it on YouTube. Unless you make me. You can make me if you're big enough. If you're big enough to make me, I will do it. I will do it. But it's other than that, it's a private joke. It's private. You would have to call and just as soon as I say Upshotscott, may I help you? Just say it's going to rain, and I'll tell you the joke. It's just what it is. Other than that, I can't tell you the joke. I just can't do it. Unless you've heard the joke. If you've heard the joke, give me a like. Let me know in the comments. Say yeah, I've heard the joke. you got a lot of that fishing for comments energy, and keep in mind, anybody that I fucking talk to on the phone, I tell them, don't comment on my channel. Call me if you need anything. Don't make yourself a target for these people. Simple enough. However, they come in on the other platform. YouTube is for entertainment purposes only, especially when you have catastrophic Aaron picking up speed along the coastline and war angels and the destruction that follows, bringing these people karma and shaking them awake. Shake your air, and what it is. I can't do anything about that. I'm not responsible for Garcia Wildlife. Jerry Garcia, we have to be grateful for the spiritual world. Left brain, right brain, subconscious mind. To be grateful for the spiritual world and this freaking and y'all's abilities. That's what it is. That's why I come on here and make it so cryptic and whatnot, because she said it first, and that's just my new system. Nothing gets better without change when I'm 10 steps ahead of these half-wit fucking moronic professionals. And it's what it is. I hate to be that way, but to spend that much time with an individual, you just have to let that go. You have to let that go professionally into the fucking deluge where it belongs. What are we currently looking at? Ooh, connections. Letting it go to the deluge where it belongs. Thank you for that. And they don't. I mean, not liking our connection to the angels. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. There's tons of information out there about people that have had NDEs. There's tons of information out there about how to connect with higher density beings. There's tons of information out there about walking effortlessly through the planes of light. Whether or not these people are going to be able to, number one, do the research and see that these things even fucking exist. Because every word that I use has a very specific definition for the experience it defines, which means one of two things in a blessing or a lesson. Definition, experience, word. So they take the word, know that it has an experience, and then define that shit. And I mean, you can read it in a book, but if you've never had the experience, basically all you have is words. Look at that direction. No direction. Which way do I go, George? Which way do I go? And I mean, that's the question. I mean, a lot of people are at that crossroads energy. And I mean, when I hear these readers say that evil went up against an earth angel, well, the first thing to figure out is what do you define as evil? Me, I would define evil as the opposite of live. It's just what it is. And I mean, people are always going to see the spirit world as evil, but fuck, that's where you came from. If you came from the spirit world to be an infinite, immortal, spiritual being having a human experience for just a moment, and then exit back off into the spiritual world after your soul review, which is so elegantly explained as the wheel of karma that most people think is the wheel of fortune, but they've never had the past life regression, so they have no clue. They have this and none of this, and that's fine. Once you have this, it changes everything that comes out of this. Once you fill this up, then there's it's what it is. If you have nothing in here, then when you open your mouth out about these subjects, emptiness is coming. That shit's empty. There's no substance to it. But once you fill this up, then you have, oh, look at all that fullness that's just shooting out. It's not, it's sometimes it's solid, sometimes it's liquid. There's still chunks of knowledge. There's nuggets of stuff in there. It's pretty. Diarrhea of the mouth's always a great thing. Anyway, justice will prevail. Thank you for that. I hear there's a justice angel on the planet. Great. The last one they wanted to wake up. Now, me personally, my Libra justice is in Pluto. And that's cold as ice. It fits my personality. On the MBTI, my introverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging cognitive functions. For feeling, I got a goose egg, a big zero for feelings. Zero for feelings. What does that mean? Well, it gives you the fucking total understanding that nothing is everything and everything is nothing at all. So it's what it is. As a clairsentient, you either fucking clearly feel everything or you shield yourself so you only feel comfortable in your own skin. Simple enough. You don't feel other people's shit. It doesn't come through their shit, their wet psychic garbage, as we like to call it. We like to call it wet, so their thoughts and shit. That shit just comes through the shield, and then we clearly feel that as a clairsentient, which is what they wanted to target and focus upon. Because I mean, if you're emotionally abusing someone who is a clear feeling clairsentient, it's just what it is. However, then we shielded, and they realized, oh shit, his justice is cold as Pluto when we can't pull on his heartstrings, when we can't activate or aggravate his empathy. It's just what I can't do anything about that. I really don't care to do anything about that. It's just what it is. Not care is repaid with not care, and I mean to hear that people wanted to stop the truth from coming out for so long. They got up every morning with ill intentions of demise, truth, demise, no more truth, demise, we don't want any more truth. And now realize that throwing those rocks and hiding those hands so that they have no protection, as that demise energy comes back to him, picking up speed like Aaron on the coastline. Connections. And I mean, that's every video as we go forward. That will be my question, 3333. That will be my question. You like that hit? How I get if I can look at the time, it's just what it is. It says when I'm doing other things, and then zoom, go right into those numbers, 3333. They don't like that. They don't like, and I'm not responsible for people not liking my connections. You got to keep in mind that's the energy of the past that they're stuck in. I'm the master. I'm the master of finding the source. The fuck do you think makes God any different? It's not Scott picking up speed on the coastline. No, it's Hurricane Aaron. Aaron is picking up speed all along the coastline. So much fun with this shit. It's just what it is. Connections. There we go. Focus on the water aspect of this card. Everyone and everything in the universe is interconnected. You only have to think of humanity's effect on the environment. For example, to see how our actions affect the world in ever-extending ripples. The Angel of Connections encourages you to be more aware of how your thoughts generate energy, which in turn prompts words and actions that affect the people and the world around you. Keep a journal so that you can see this pattern at work. Take care to act with compassion and intuition so that the benefit effects of your actions spread outward to everyone whom you encounter and beyond them to the wider world. By doing so, you will attract a wealth of energy and good fortune in return. I am a valuable part of the interconnectedness of creation. Symbols: ripple, bridge, Greek key pattern, telephone, hand, musical note. Isn't that nice? Isn't that special? That's special stuff. Anyway, energy from the past. That's the current. Yeah, this ripple effect. Now I hear there is a very powerful light being on the planet, a justice angel that is activating everyone's karma just by coming into contact with them. And that follows right along with Dolores Cannon, what she taught us about the second wave of crystal children being able to just be. Our job was just to be. The universe would take care of us in mystical and magical ways. As you know, we activated DNA with light codes. That's what it is. I mean, Reiki, I have to have your consent to be sending an intention towards you. When I'm out in public, it's kind of like the cop auditors that walk around. I'm in public. I can videotape. Well, yeah, I'm in public. I can ground, shield, and flash. It's a grounding, shielding, and flashing technique. If you're not familiar with that class, there's a class for that. There's a class for grounding, shielding, and flashing, and it works like a muscle. The stronger it gets the more you practice, the stronger it gets. Direction. That's one thing that I always find amazing about the Personality Hacker podcast. Personality Hacker podcast with Antonio Dodge and whoever that other person is. When they give INFJ type advice, that's the one thing that they say is that we typically use words that other people don't understand, and because they don't understand it, they assume that it just doesn't exist. But no, it's just we're very deep. We're deeper than a bucket. People mostly they can't freaking write a list that's any deeper than a bucket, and it's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. Now, direction is kind of in the upside down, but we don't do reversals here. It came upside down, so if you feel like in the past you took the wrong fucking direction, chances are that upside down aspect was for you. The Angel of Direction can be of great help if you have reached a crossroads in your life, or if you need help to choose between several courses of action. She can show you the route that will be most beneficial for your soul as soon as you are prepared to take action. Call on the angel to help you. First, know that wherever you are is the right place to start. Ask yourself, what can I learn from my current situation? Open your mind to change so that you will be ready to follow the new course that the angel reveals. Visualize the ideal outcome for yourself and ask her to help you to achieve it for the greatest good of all. Watch for clues, such as remarks from other people, showing that you are on the right track. I have faith that I will clearly see the direction I need to follow. Symbols: signpost, crossroads, breeze, winding road, feet or shoes, arch or gate. reader this morning was talking about the Empress energy. It creates a party everywhere that you go. Did she see me watching a shift change last night? The shift change was phenomenal. I made it short. That shit was so much fun. That 3-minute interval of a shift change is some funny shit. Anyway. I get to make fun of Rain Girl driving slow in the driveway for the rest of the night. It's just weird. That shit was great. It's freaking girls and their toys. And big toys. Anyway, it's loud. Certainly. It's just what it is. I mean, sitting on a bench like Forrest Gump, and then that shit happened in front of you. Oh, it's just what it is. Life's like a box of chocolates. You never know what the hell is going to come out of a truck's pipes. How to make a hellcat cry sitting still. I laughed my ass off. We like to set her alarm off so she gets an extra break and shift change. That's some funny shit. You gotta love employees like that. It's just what it is. We're going to set the alarm off on your Hellcat with our pipes so you get an extra break at work. It's just what it is. That's good shit. That's taking care of your boss in a proper manner. True justice is about more than simply righting wrongs. It is about being fair in all dealings with other people. Ask the angel of justice to guide you to reach balanced judgments based on reason. If others seem to be acting unfairly, remember that you cannot feel what they feel, and they may be mitigating circumstances for their words or actions. Weigh up their points of view as well as your own. You neither have to agree with nor condone these views. Just assess the situation rather than the people. According to the law of karma, cause and effect, whatever we do to others, we will, in the end, experience ourselves. So seek the best outcome for all. 100%. Yeah, this moment of solitude. It's just what it is. All right. Let's go back and read that again. The law of karma, cause and effect. Great. What was taken will be returned. Just don't expect it to be returned or in the way that it was taken. That is a two-way street with the INFJ. The INFJ is a walking contradiction, a paradox, a glitch in the matrix. On an energy basis, it's simple enough. What comes around goes around. What you put out comes back to you. Healing others heals yourself. You give truth, you get truth. You give love, you get love. The opposite side of that is the same thing. It's the same thing, the opposite side of that. So now you have groups that didn't want their secrets coming out over that normal alchemical polarity. Simple enough. Right? Speaking your truth is lethal for these people in the dark. What do you expect? It's the light. The light is always going to be lethal to roaches in the dark. Oh God, run for your life. The light's on. We've been on the planet forever and we're still afraid. Fear doesn't exist. Run, 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 run. Anyway, enjoy your day. Namaste.